Good morning, sixth graders. Today we're actually going to take a little break from looking at Mars and this time look at Earth so that we can learn more about what formed our channel on Mars. So we're going to be looking at watersheds today. We're going to keep in mind our question for the chapter, which is how can we gather more evidence about what formed the channel on Mars? So as we go through today's lesson and we're thinking about that channel that carved into the ground of Mars, trying to think more about how watersheds could affect that channel. So our big questions are, what is a watershed? And how does human activity affect a watershed? We're going to answer both of those by the end of the class. And in your exit ticket, you'll be answering both of those questions as well. So you already probably answered this question. Look at the picture of the streams flowing through the mountains. You could also click on that to make it larger. All of the water winds up in the lake in the bottom of the right picture. Why is this where all the water flowed to? If I look at this picture, I can see that all of this water is going to flow downhill towards this lake right here. At some points, they actually merge into one stream or river and then flow into that lake. This looks a lot like what we saw yesterday in our water table for some parts, where it kind of forms a channel of water going through this area. Now, why is it that all of this water flows in the same direction? If you think back to earlier in the year, or even just last week, we talked about the word elevation. Elevation means how high up from sea level something is. So a mountain is a place that has a much higher elevation. Water is always going to flow downhill. You probably know that from your own experience. If you live on a hill, maybe water flows through your yard. If you've ever tried to walk uphill while it's raining out, you have water flowing against you. So we always know because of gravity, which we talked about last week, water is going to flow downhill. So the reason that all of this water flows into the same area is because this is the lowest area that is collecting water. So all of those streams flow downhill because of the elevation, because of gravity, and collect in that area. This entire area is called a watershed. What you're going to do next is watch a really short video, it's about a minute long, that tells you exactly what a watershed is. And then throughout the rest of class, we'll go a little bit deeper into some vocabulary around watersheds and why groundwater is really important and how it helps us and how we actually affect the groundwater that we drink from. At the end, make sure you turn in your exit ticket. When I see you again, we'll be going over some vocabulary words about our watersheds.